We handle the long-range planning for the county, comprehensive planning. So that's broken down into basically two things. One, the comprehensive plan. We handle the update of the comp plan, which is required by law to be updated and maintained. We have to review it every 5 years and update it every 10 years. But it really is a living document. It's a constant update that needs to be done, constant maintenance that needs to be done. We're actually within that 10-year cycle this year, so we're sort of right in the middle of the comp plan update for 2016. And so what we do is the comp plan takes not only a snapshot of existing conditions and inventory, so we look at economic development, we look at population, we look at natural resources, historical and cultural resources as well, to take sort of a quick snapshot of where the county is. And then we also look at long range, where we expect the county to go over the next 5, 10, 20 years. So it really gives us the opportunity to do both. And from within that future land use look, we can develop many other things like a future land use map. And that leads us into other things like our zoning ordinance and zoning map. If a property owner has a piece of property that they would like to have rezoned, they would start with our office. They would come to us and fill out an application, and we would take them through the process up through county council, either approval or denial through county council. We also handle a lot of the community development aspects, and that's the other half of our department, planning and community development. So with me I have Dr. Jeff Parkey, who is the assistant manager. We have Celia Myers, who is a planner 3, and we have Rhonda Sloan, who is also a planner 3. We all handle the same sort of planning. We work with the entire community, with multiple stakeholders, and trying to get a vision for the county, trying to put forth the vision that the county and the community want to see over the next 5, 10, 20 years. That's where our department really shines, I think, is being able to help those disparate stakeholders come together with their differing visions and try to find one coherent vision to move forward.
I'm the assistant manager in the department, and we do a variety of things related to land use planning and also community development in the county. Some of that involves things like designing and adjusting the zoning policy and its implementation, and that has an effect obviously on development and growth in the county. We also are involved in a variety of other more project-oriented or program-oriented kinds of works. Our neighborhood initiative program is something that we have underway right now, which is a blight removal program trying to address falling down, dilapidated residential structures in the county that are unsafe, unfit to live in, can attract illicit behaviors. They're just not a good thing for the neighborhoods or for the community. From state South Carolina Housing Finance and Development Authority, the county was able to obtain $2.5 million to address this issue. So that's the funding source for that. It's a voluntary program, so subject properties are acquired from the property owners, but that's done through a negotiated arrangement with the property owner. So it's different from a condemnation type of an arrangement. It's a more voluntary thing based on the willingness of the property owner. At this point, we've identified probably nearing 150 structures, I would say, countywide. We are in the process of contacting those property owners to initiate negotiations. That side of things is handled by our administrator's office, but we've been involved in kind of a lot of the field work to identify these unsafe structures, to do kind of the background work to create a profile for each and get those moving along through the process.
In my role, I advocate for policy direction for alternative modes of transportation, and those alternative modes, we're talking about walking, biking, carpooling, and public transportation. So basically what we like to do, we take into account how to better use our resources. We also try to reduce pollution and also just look at the travel demands that we have here in our area. As far as in the 81 area, we have developed an 81 overlay. And what the overlay we hope will do, it will help with the traffic congestion on the 81 corridor, which actually runs from Reed Road up to Scottsbridge Road. I also was instrumental in helping with the Pendleton pedestrian and bike plan. This is a plan that they're looking to hopefully do a biking and walking plan that will be from the downtown area of the Pendleton area to Riverside Middle School. That's just one of the things, as well as helping with the Neighborhood Initiative program. We're working with that program as well, helping to demolish homes within the county of Anderson. There are 11 target areas that we are looking at, that we are interested in doing the work and performing. Currently, we just hired a consultant, and they will be working on a study for that area. So they'll be looking at the infrastructure that is currently present, as well as looking to see where there may be some additions that can be made in that area. Also, we are working on Brownsfield for the Tuxaway Mill site, as well as the Pelzer Mill in Pelzer. And what that will do, it will work on cleaning up the rest of the debris that are at the Tuxaway Mill, as well as capping that site. And what that will allow the county to do is, once that is done, it can now then be reused. Now, what that reuse may be and that purpose, we don't know exactly yet, but it will allow us to reuse that site for something else in the future. There are several things that we work on that will take some time to develop. Let me reference back to the NIP. With that program, once those sites are cleared, there's a possibility it could be a pocket park for that community. It could be another home could be built there on that particular property, or they may want to start a community garden. So there's several different uses that could be done. It just depends on really what the community may want to do. So we want to always, like we said, we like to involve our community and get their involvement in what we're going to do, so that it's a joint effort. It's not just coming just from the county, but it's a joint effort from everyone.
Anderson County and the upstate we have a rich abundance of natural resources and beauty, and by working with the community as well as other organizations and doing a regional collaboration, we're able to ensure that future generations will be able to enjoy these as well. As far as myself and some of my older members of my family, we have always been taught that if you are lucky to live long enough, more than likely you're going to need accommodation. So I'm looking for making access easier for my family members who do need access to services that may need an accommodation from that point of view. And then from my children's point of view, they already understand that they love trees and they love to walk and they love to bicycle. And in order to make that a reality for them when they grow up, I need to work now in making sure that those assets are available for them. Ultimately, it's just the quality of life, and it's a great place to raise my family and to enjoy all that the upstate has to offer, as well as Anderson County. And ultimately, it's about the future. It's not just making today better, but it's making 20 years from now the best that it can be. It's all about community outreach and our public outreach, and making sure that this is their community as well, not just the community that we plan for them.